I'm Jake. I'm 27. I've been in the Navy for 8 years. Been an EOD tech for 6. Came in straight to boot camp to EOD school. Was born in Texas and lived everywhere, dad being in the military as well. Joined the Navy out of Maryland. So I showed up to Mobile Unit 6 in 2011. Did a 10-month workup and then left for Afghanistan in May 2012. Came back December 2012. Immediately jumped over to a Ranger support platoon. Did an 8-month workup with them. November 17th, 2013, my parachute collapsed at around 300 feet. It's my 325th jump. Best guess is I was trying to make my final turn at 300 feet. Left side collapsed, the rest of the parachute followed, and there wasn't enough altitude for it to reinflate and put me down on the ground softly. When I hit the ground, I broke my right fibula, my left tibia, had a high ankle sprain on my left side, broke my left femur, broke my pelvis in 2 places in the front, and I broke my sacrum vertically on the left side. My left kidney was torn away from my aorta, my right kidney was heavily lacerated. I had a pseudoaneurysm in my descending aorta about the size of a tennis ball. I had 3 cardiac arrests from bleeding out through the pseudoaneurysm. And I had pretty severe brain bleeds resulting in TBI and some vision loss. The cardiovascular surgeons, the orthopedic surgeons, they all told my parents the exact same thing. The reason that I had survived was that I was in such good shape and that I was young. There's no doubt in my mind that the 3 months leading up to my accident, I was in the best shape of my life. And I think that kind of hurts the most because of where I was at in my physical training and my weightlifting and my CrossFit exercises, that to be almost at my peak and then lose all of it. I've had 17 surgeries. As of right now, I have a titanium rod inside of my femur with screws at the bottom of the top. I've got 2 stents in my aorta, and I had a screw through my pelvis and was taken out. For the most part, my fractures have healed. My sacrum has a fibrous non-union, so it never healed back together the way it was supposed to. Because of that, I've developed a little bit of scoliosis in my spine, which is a constant fight for me to get my spine in proper alignment and move through the exercises the best way that I can. I didn't stand up on my own after my accident for almost a month and a half. The first time I walked was with a walker, and I walked 15 feet from my bed in my room to the door and back, and it took me the better part of an hour to complete that task. And it went from having the walker every day, spending most of the day in the hospital bed or in a wheelchair, to trying to walk more in a walker. Finally, I got the pelvic fixator taken out, and I was able to walk with crutches. Spent a lot of time on crutches and in a wheelchair. Finally ditched the wheelchair and went to just a cane. Physical therapy got me to a point where I didn't need the cane every day. I might have needed it on rough days or hard mornings, but now I'm at a point where I don't use the cane at all. After spending the better part of 3 years, multiple times a week, with physical therapists and physical therapy assistants, it was a second community for me that I felt like I belonged to. And it was absolutely a surprise, not something I expected. About a year before getting out of the Navy, I realized that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a physical therapist. And so the 3-4 year plan for me right now is get a bachelor's degree in exercise science or pre-physical therapy, something that will cover most of the prerequisites for my doctorate program in physical therapy. Then use my GI Bill to pay for my doctorate program, and then 10-year goal is open a CrossFit gym as a DPT and helping vets and civilians alike. I definitely feel like CrossFit Rife is another home. It's a really tight-knit, close community of friends. I work with a lot of the guys that come here. I work with a lot of the guys' girlfriends that come here, and it's having that close-knit community of friends to help motivate you and keep moving and push through workouts that I probably wouldn't do on my own, at least not as intense. I know for me, one of my motivators is watching some of the guys who are at the level that I was at, or at the level that I would be at had I not gotten hurt. And it's a little painful to watch, but it also motivates me because that's where I want to get back to. And if I fall a little short from that, I think that'll be okay.